We'll get going. Sorry about the delay there, folks. We had some scheduling issues today, no worries. But we're here today at the beautiful Nicolay Field for the club baseball matchup between Adrian College and Toledo University, or the University of Toledo. We got a good one here. We're in the bottom of the third inning right now. It's currently 2-1 in favor of the Rockets from Toledo. Coming up to bat, we're at the top of the lineup to start the third with Wilbur Rosario coming up to the plate. We're going to get going here after the catcher throws down, and we'll get it going. And I'm Matt Kibbe with you today. I'm currently a member of the club baseball team. We're taking a break from the game action down in the dugout to come up here and commentate. My man on the side is Trey Matthews, and our scorekeeper up here is Landon Keeler. We're going to be doing good today. So, Trey, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Kibbe. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right.
So, anyway, the series is tied 1-1. Whoever wins this obviously wins the season series. This is critical for both teams because a win or a loss can be crucial in the standings come later in the year because these are two conference foes going at it.
Wilbur takes a ball on the outside corner.
Wilbur Rosario is coming into this game is 1 for 6 with a walk. He is originally from Lynn, Massachusetts, but he's originally from the Dominican Republic.
Hits one to the shortstop. Shortstop gets it on the backhand, throws it in one hop, and it's going to get by the first baseman. Wilbur's going to take off to second with a wide turn, head into second, looking in, and he's going to stay at second with a throwing error on the shortstop. E6 on the play. Going to put Wilbur in scoring position, down by 1 with Jason Chadwick coming up, number 22.
Wilbur has speed to burn. Let me tell you, the guy can run very fast. The fastest one on this team. And he just proved it right there. You make an error, he will capitalize.
Chadwick's currently batting .308 on the year, and he's going to swing at the first pitch on the outside corner. Probably could have gotten it for a ball. Jason used to be a former bowler here at Adrian College before he decided to change it up and come play for the club baseball team. He played one semester, and then in the spring he came over and started with us, and he's now been in the starting role as a starting second baseman all year, and he's going to swing at the next pitch, and it's going to make it strike 2 from the pitcher number 21 for Toledo.
Now, Kibbe, I just researched an interesting fact. Chadwick is originally from Trenton, Michigan, and went to Trenton High School. Isn't that where you're from?
That is indeed where I'm from. We have 3 members of the club baseball team from Trenton, Michigan. Myself, Jason, and David Chavez are all from Trenton, Michigan. And Wilbur was going on the pitch, and it's going to be fouled away. 2-strike battle coming for Jason. He's going to try and get a base hit, knock in the tying run. But yes, like you were saying, we are from Trenton, Michigan. We all grew up in the area, went here, and we all chose Adrian College as our home.
And now you guys are teammates again. Or did you guys play on the same baseball team?
We did. We played multiple years at our high school level, and then we played travel for a couple of years together and decided that Adrian was the best fit for us. Jason came here to bowl, and I came here to play club baseball. And glad we found our stride going for club baseball. As Jason rolls over one to the second baseman, moves the runner over, does a job. That makes it 1 out, and that's going to be what am I trying to say? It's going to be a 4-3 on the putout with Wilbur moving over to third base for Matt Mueller.
Matt Mueller coming into the series is 4 for 9. Originally from Deerfield, Michigan. He stands 6 feet tall.
First pitch coming in. It's going to be a strike on the top corner, inside corner on Mueller. And currently, we're seeing a lot of stuff happening today and over the course of the series. This is a 3-game series in the National Club Baseball Association, and it's been a good series so far. Yesterday we had a doubleheader. Toledo took the first game. Adrian took the second game. And we're pretty sure this is going to be a great matchup. We got a 2-1 game already in the bottom of the third inning with a runner on third. Trey, what have we been seeing lately over the course of the past 2 games and 1 day?
Well, baseball is a very tricky game. No lead is ever safe. A great example is yesterday, 2 teams had the lead going into the late innings, but both of them gave them up, and the other team obviously came back to win them. That's why the series is currently tied 1-1. Toledo's not going down without a fight, and neither is the Bulldogs. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing 2 teams proving the game of baseball to a T, which is no lead is ever safe. Baseball's a tricky game.
Mueller's going to send one in the air, deep center field. Wilbur's going to tag from it. It's going to be blocked by the sun and land. That's going to be a double for Mueller, and he's going to stretch it into the 3. He's going all the way, and he's going to be held up at third for a stand-up triple that's going to score a run and tie up this game at 2. That's a big hit from Mueller, and the sun played a big factor in that one.
Well, it's a beautiful day, I'll tell you that much. And looks like the center fielder felt that day because sun was bright in his eyes. He couldn't see it. Matt Mueller also has speed to burn. He stretched that into an easy three-bagger.
I
And
just
now,
got word from the scorekeeper that was marked as an error on
oh,
the
as an
center
error.
fielder,
Well,
which I can understand. It
yeah.
hit his glove. That's a hard one. But that brings up number 34, David Chavez, who's a monster at the plate in the cleanup spot. He's going to take a curveball on the outside for a strike. And we're in the same situation that Mueller had with a runner on third and one out. And we're going to try and get a lead here for the Bulldogs as Toledo's going to have to play stout defense right here. They got a man deep out in right field playing at the wall. And Chavez is going to roll a foul ball to the first baseman. That's going to make it 0-2 on number 34, who's batting .333 on the year.
Chavez is a great hitter. Would you believe that he actually originally committed to Adrian College as a pitcher?
He did. He originally committed from Schoolcraft after high school. He went to Schoolcraft for 2 years, a community college over in Livonia area of Michigan. And after that, he committed to Adrian and decided he was going to play on the varsity baseball team, and then decided it just wasn't for him anymore. He wanted to come down and hit, so he decided to come join the NCBA club baseball team here, who in 2018 was actually the national champions for the NCBA in Division III, as he takes a ball high. It's going to make the count 2-2.
Now, clearly, this hasn't been the most fantastic start for Adrian College. What does the team have to do to get more wins and be a little more consistent, Kip? Like, what are we seeing here?
They just got to play some better defense, take a better approach at the plate. Like Chavez right here just went down 0-2, and he's battled all the way back to 3-2. We need to see more of that from the rest of the team. And pitching-wise, it's just got to be not as many balls thrown and not as many walks, and the defense has just got to play behind them. That's all it takes. Like yesterday, Landon was on the mound. He fell behind a couple batters with a 3-0 count, and he had to battle back, and that's a lot of pitches and a lot of arms, and you see that a lot from the pitchers today as Chavez fouled one back.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No, you're good.
as I said a few minutes ago, baseball is a very complex game. There's no cut and dry. Like, every team has a weakness. There's no cut and dry super team in baseball. It's not like basketball where there's only a few players and, you have a super team.
And that's going to be strike 3. Chavez didn't like it. He threw his bat heading down to first. But at the top of the zone, we hope that's about as high as it goes. That's going to make it 2 outs, and Ethan Kramer is going to come to the plate.
Ethan Kramer, nicknamed Big Country by his teammates. He's had a rough go at it in this series. He's coming into the series, he's 0 for 3. A Liberty City, Ohio native.
Currently batting .207 on the year, and he's going to smoke one right at the shortstop, and he's going to not have to move a step and catch it. That's going to give you the third out of the inning with a runner left on third base, leaving the game tied 2-2 as we head into the top of the 4th inning. As we said, we started the stream a little bit late today, so we are heading into the 4th inning instead of the 2nd, as you would expect. We're going to keep it going as we go on. We got 4 hits for Toledo, 3 hits for the Bulldogs, and we'll be right back after this quick break. And we're back. Matt Kibbe here with Trey Matthews for the top of the 4th inning with Griffin Raynard on the mound for the Bulldogs. So far, he's given up 2 runs. Those both came in the 1st inning. Since then, no runs given up. And not sure because we were behind, we were setting everything up. So I'm going to have to ask our scorekeeper, has he given up any hits since the 1st inning? Griffin. He has not given up any hits since the 1st inning. So those 4 hits all came in the 1st inning. And the first pitch is going to come in with a swing high. That's going to fall behind us. Hopefully it doesn't hit a car. Hopefully it doesn't take out my windshield. That'd be a shame.
Yeah, that's gonna put you in the hole.
That will put me in the hole. I'm going to have to find some money to repair that windshield. Currently, Griffin has a 4.45 ERA. That was prior to the game start today.
Prior to the start, he's pitched in 2 games, has a record of 1-1, has pitched in 11 innings, 8 strikeouts, and 5 walks. He is also a native of Adrian, Michigan. He attended Sandy Creek High School.
You love seeing the home people, home crowd, students come to Adrian College and not leave the area. It's a cozy little college. It's a place where a lot of people like to go. You see a lot of people from around Adrian attend here, but you also see people from like Trey coming from Pennsylvania and Wilbur coming from Massachusetts who want to attend Adrian College for not only their academics, but for the 45 sports that they offer.
I've grown up in the city my entire life, Kib, and honestly, I'm enjoying Adrian College. I like the little town. There's no distractions. There's everything I need. You got a post office. You got a movie theater. You got a place you can get your hair cut. I'm enjoying the small town. This city boy is, adjusting pretty well to this. And I love the team I'm on. I love the school. I love the people I'm surrounded with. So, it's not too bad as people may think.
We're going to have a 3-2 pitch coming in from Reynard to Hazard, the batter for Toledo, and he's going to drive one out to center field. Matt Mueller out there. It's going to fall short as it seemed like some wind or something knocked it down. It seemed harder hit than it was. So we're going to see number 15 for Toledo, West Hoven, coming up to the plate against Griffin Reynard with a runner on first and no outs. And West Haven currently is batting .269 for the Toledo club baseball team, and you see a lot of these hitters today and yesterday, of course, were hitting some bloopers, and that's what we just saw recently. So, Trey, how can the pitching for Adrian kind of combat that, or the defense?
Well, sometimes what I've been noticing, the pitchers pitch a really good game. They really do. Sometimes they just can't get help from their defense, or other times it's like, the hard hit balls, they find gloves, and usually the bloopers, they find holes. That's how baseball works.
Ball low, making it 2-0 on Woodhaven, or West Haven, sorry.
And like I said, every baseball team has a weakness. So if you could force your starter to throw a lot of pitches and get to the bullpen, you're doing something right, even if that starting pitcher is dominating.
That's going to be a strike on the inside corner to make it 2-1 on the batter. The Bulldogs today are lined up in a typical fashion of their Sunday lineup. In a look from left to right, we're going to have in a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Out in left, we have Hunter Hazel. In center, we have Matt Mueller. In right, we have Jeremy Van Epps. At third, Wilbur Rosario. At short, Eric Stevenson. At second, Jason Chadwick. At first, David Chavez. And behind the plate is Ethan Kramer.
Big country, as we like to call him.
Yes. That's going to be a roller up to short. He's going to try and twist it. Goes to one. It's going to be out at first. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play for the Bulldogs. Even has 2 outs to go into the next at-bat.
And as Ernie may have said, that's 2 for the price of 1.
Yes, it is. And we love to see some double plays. It was a close one at first base, but goes in favor of the Bulldogs today. And we'll see how that affects this rest of this inning as we have 2 outs going to number 14 for Toledo. Looking for his name on Game Changer. I currently don't see a number 14, so we're going to have to go nameless and just call him number 14 today.
Hey, as long as the viewers at home can understand, I think they'll be okay.
Check swing, and yes, he did. The umpire says he did. That's going to be strike 1 for Reynard.
Right now, it's a low-scoring game. Each team knows what's on the line. Even though this is not typically an elimination game, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, this is crucial for both teams.
Upcoming conference foes. This is the last conference series of the fall for the Bulldogs. They'll get back going out in the spring against Ohio State and Grand Valley State University, also part of the Great Lakes Conference for the NCBA Division II. Next week they'll go against the Bowling Green University, and down in Bowling Green. They'll make the trip down there for a 3-game set. That's a non-conference game.
And then lastly, we head over to Cleveland State.
That will be on Saturday, November 1st. For anyone curious about wanting to travel, that's going to be a quick swinging bunt to Reynard. He's going to throw over to first. That's going to be a 1-3 put out to end the inning, and we're going to go to the next frame. Still tied at 2, and we'll be right back after this inning break. Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the beautiful campus of Adrian College as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning of this matchup between Toledo University, or the University of Toledo. I keep mixing it up. It's the University of Toledo and Adrian College in the rubber match of this three-game series. The pitcher's going to lead off the inning for the Bulldogs against number 21 for Toledo, Saggers, who's currently got a trying to move on our game changer here that's supplied with us. We have a 4.9 ERA on Saggers for the Toledo baseball team. In between innings, we were having a little bit of fun with our teammates down in the dugout as we were talking to them. We have a open garage door up here in the press box, so they're able to look up here and have a little fun conversation. And I was told to give Bubba Griff, Cody Bratton, a huge shout-out on the stream.
Oh, Cody.
I had to. So that's going to be a hit to shortstop. He's going to bobble it, and that's going to get Griffin on base with an E6.
Now, Kibby.
Yes.
Obviously, there's no DH for Griffin today. He just batted and just got on base. This brings up a great debate, and I want your opinion on it. Is it a good idea to have your pitcher hit, especially if he threw a lot of pitches last inning or was in trouble? Is it a good idea to let your pitcher hit, or would you rather have a DH for him?
I think in this point of time, Griffin has proven himself to be able to hit, and I think that's why our coach, Brent Greenwood, decided to put him in the lineup today for himself and let him hit. Usually we do have a DH, and in some cases, you never know. I'm a little indifferent to it. I don't really have an opinion. I do like having the pitcher hit, but sometimes at least at the major league level, it's Van Epps is going to take a strike on the outside corner. Usually at the NL level or the major league level, that pitcher is always a guaranteed out. But down here in that college level, I think you can have a lot of pitchers that are athletes and can hit the ball. Van Epps is going to roll that to second. They're going to take the out, guaranteed out at first, and that's going to move Griffin over to second base with a fielder's choice.
Sure, the Bulldogs will trade a moved-up run for an out.
That will put the Bulldogs runner into scoring position with Eric Stevenson coming up, the senior.
Eric Stevenson, I like to call him Easy E, and not because he makes dope music. It's just because he makes everything with ease. Like, yeah, I don't.
He does.
You need to see him in practice.
He is smooth.
He is very smooth, a very solid player. He can.
So that's gonna go right on there. But okay, we see that's a oddity. You never really get to see that often. He hits a line drive to the shortstop, and the shortstop's going to try and get the back pick on Griffin over at second, and the second baseman's going to drop it, which is going to leave us here with 2 outs after the first pitch swinging for Eric. And as you're saying, he's a very smooth defender. We love watching him in practice.
Very solid. Makes everything in his sleep. It's really nice to see him. That's why I call him Easy E.
That's going to bring up Hunter Hazel, the 9-hole hitter today.
Now, Hunter is a very quiet guy, but he lets his game do the talking, doesn't he, kid?
Yes, he is currently batting .294 for the Bulldogs, and you see it a lot with how he's using his speed. He's a defensive stud out in left field. Nothing usually gets by him, and Griffin's going to take off to third, and he's going to have that stolen base standing up, a stolen third base.
Third baseman was sleeping out there. I know normally you don't want to steal on third, but you got to pay attention because if you have a speed demon out there on the base path, you never know. You can't be out there sleeping. The catcher was ready, but the third baseman wasn't. That's poor communication.
And there was a ball thrown on that play, making it 2-0 on Hunter with a runner on third base, 2 outs. Got to get a base hit to score him, and he's going to swing at a high pitch. That's going to make it 2-1 on Hazel. As we were saying, the defensive outfield for the Bulldogs is just incredible. With Matt Mueller roaming center field, it's impressive to see how much ground can be covered by the outfield. So that allows the right fielder and left fielder to play on the line a little bit more and prevent a lot of doubles from happening.
I've spoken to a lot of coaches. If you have a very good player, you got to enjoy him while you got him because they won't be there forever. No. Matt is unfortunately a senior, so he's not going to be with us for too long, but I think we're enjoying him in the meantime while we got him.
The Bulldogs were spoiled with Brandon Milligan, a former senior who graduated last semester, and that's going to get by the catcher, and that's going to score a run for the Bulldogs, making them 3-2 in the score column, giving us a lead. That's going to be a tough one for Saggers, who pitched it on the outside in the other batted block. And that's a tough block for any catcher. I'll attest to that, being a catcher for the Bulldogs. Those are tough. There's not much you can do.
They were trying to fool Hunter with an off-speed pitch, but unfortunately it didn't work, and it failed, and Griffin was able to score. It's a risk, but sometimes a risk pans out. In that case, it did not.
It did not, and that's going to make it 3-2 for Hunter, who's going to try and get on and extend this inning and give it some life. He's going to swing and miss at the third pitch, making it 3 outs and moving us to the top of the fifth inning. My apologies. As with the lead for the Bulldogs, it's going to be 3-2 heading into the top of fifth as Griffin takes over on the mound and tries to keep us in the lead. We'll be right back after this half-inning break. And welcome back to Nicolay Field here with Matt Kibbe and Trey Matthews on the call for ACTV. We got to mention one of our sponsors for ACTV, Carlton Lodge. Is always generous about sponsoring ACTV and showing the support for the student-run production. ACTV is a student-run production. We are both students here at Adrian College. Trey, how does that make you feel that the Carlton Lodge is willing to sponsor us like that and show their support for what we do here?
Well, I'll tell you, my family doesn't come up here too often, but when they do, they stay at the Carlton Lodge, and as far as I know, they enjoy it. That's why they keep going back and back.
Griffin's going to
I'm
fall
really,
behind 2-0 on the batter, as you were saying, Trey.
So I'm really happy that they're the primary sponsor for our broadcast right now, and they're very generous.
They are indeed. And we were looking in between this half inning, we were looking at, and that's going to be a strike for Reynard on the outside corner. We were looking at the TV in the press box up here and looking at the Lions game, currently tied 14-14. We know you guys are enjoying watching the Bulldogs here instead of watching the Lions, but it is 14-14, and that's going to come right back at us, hit the screen in front of us, and that's going to make it 2-2 on the batter.
I keep forgetting sometimes. That fence is there to protect us for a reason.
It is, and there's a
But yet
lot of
I
hard
still
foul
flinch.
balls back here. There really is. We love watching that and seeing that because we're at a beautiful – this facility itself is just incredible for the D3 school, and that's going to be a ground ball backhand by Ian. Going to try and stretch it across, and almost had him and just kind of missed it. Threw it a little low for Chavez, and that's hard to get to, but Eric Stevenson tried to make a play on that, tried his hardest, and you love seeing that kind of effort. And good effort for the Toledo runner who tried to beat that out as fast as he could.
I don't think you noticed it, but Chavez tapped his chest telling E, my bad.
Yes.
So Chavez obviously thinks he was at fault here, but it was a tough play for both of them.
They both tried to do their best effort on it, and you got to give credit to Toledo where credit is due. He ran that out and made it tougher than what it would have been if he wasn't running it out. And that's going to be a hard foul ball from number 18 down the line, bounce back into play, and making it 0-1. As I was saying, we have a beautiful facility here at Adrian College, and we've had a lot of work. Nicolay Field came here in 2008, dedicated to the Nicolays who sponsored the field and everything. So
Really?
we have a beautiful facility, all turf, everything, built-in dugouts, some grandstands above the dugouts, and just a beautiful press box, everything, a hitting facility. The softball field is beyond us. They're equally as good, and it's going to be a stolen base and throw down.
Oh, no.
Safe, and the runner gets around it. Ethan tried to get a throw there. He stretched out as hard as he could. Oh, that was actually Jason Chadwick, who stretched out as far as he could to try and get the out. That's just a tough play all around with a fake bunt going, or a bunt trying to be attempted.
Yeah, because a lot is happening at once, and the hitter was trying to do his job by just, putting it down to make it a sacrifice, but unfortunately he missed it. That confused Ethan, and that also confused the runner because the runner oh, no, he's going to continue.
Right back out the – he's going to go 3 within, and got to squeeze that over at third base. That's a tough one. Reynard tried to make a good play. It was right back at him. He had plenty of time to get the guy at third, but with a drop over at third base, that makes it very hard to do so. That's going to make it first and third with nobody out for the Rockets. They're going to try and tie up this game right here.
See, this is what we were talking about a few innings ago. The Bulldogs take the lead, but no lead is ever safe because now Reynard, for the first time since the first inning, is in some trouble right now.
Ark is going to come up to bat for the Rockets. Currently for the year, he's batting .385. Looks like he's one of their best hitters for the Toledo Rockets, and that's not a situation you want to be put up in first and third. We'll see what the Bulldogs have going. Reynard's going to throw the first pitch. It's going to be grounded. They're going to try and double him up real quick, and it's going to be wide, and they're only going to get one and give up the run. That's a tough play on Chadwick to Eric Stevenson over at second from short. That's going to score a run. Oh, they called him safe.
Yeah.
They called him safe. I thought that was an out. I thought he had him by a mile.
Nope.
That's
Unfortunately,
tough.
Chadwick was off the bag. Oh, no. I'm sorry. E was off the bag because Chadwick threw it a little too wide for E's liking.
They're going to bunt again back to the mound, and he's going to go to one and get the guaranteed out, and that's going to advance both runners for a sacrifice for number 20 for Toledo, Eggert.
Smart move. No need to play hero ball at this time.
No, you got to get the out there. You've already given up a run this inning on a tough play trying to get 2 outs. So now we have second and third with 1 out for the Rockets. And you were saying, Trey, this is not a situation you want to be in.
No, it's not a situation you want to be in. You just had the lead. Now you just gave it up. It's now a tie game again. You're in trouble. Second and third. You got the heart of the order coming up.
Yes. The
Isn't that
first pitch is going to be a curveball for a strike. And, right now you have McDonald up for the Rockets, and the infield has to come in. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. We have to remember that. It's 3-3 right now with the runners on second and third. The infield's in. Got to cut down the run here. Got to keep it close.
And you see the outfielders, they're playing normal depth because they don't want anything to go past them. But if something goes in front of them, they could still make a bang-bang play.
That was a big block by big Ethan Kramer behind the plate for the Bulldogs. They're going to try, and Mueller's got a great arm out in center field. So, and yesterday we saw that too, where Toledo hit a couple fly balls to center, and the Rockets just weren't willing to run on it. They saw his arm during pregame. They saw it during the game. They didn't want to run on it. So if we can get a fly ball to center, and you're going to get a late timeout called on that play. That's always a tough one when you get a pitcher in his motion and everything like that.
That you're right, Kib. Mueller does have a good arm, but don't sleep on my man Hunter Hazel. He also has a good arm because I'll tell you, that guy may be small, but he has a cannon, actually. And the Rockets also did notice that by every time Hunter got the ball, nope, we're not going to run on you either. We're not going to take the risk.
We have a little confrontation between – we have a 1-1 count. There was argument about the count. Not really an argument, just a clarification. We can't forget about Van Epps out and right. He hasn't gotten a lot of action. A lot of bloopers have been coming his way. So we're going to have to rely on a lot of big arms if the ball's hit to the outfield. And the swing and a miss. It's going to be a check swing, called a strike. It's going to make the count 1-2 on McDonald with Rayner trying to get a strikeout here. I don't think you can give up a hit or get a fly out, a ground out. You want a strikeout here right now.
You want a strikeout, you want 2 outs, so that way your infield can play a normal depth, your outfielders can play a normal depth.
And he's going to get it on a curveball on the outside corner with a swing and the miss. That's going to give us 2 outs, put the infield back in a 3-3 game.
Now,
this is a big out.
That is a huge out because now you can exit this inning just as a tied game. You leave 2 runners in scoring position. Your outfielders can play normal depth again. So can your infield. So that way you can make this a little easier for yourself.
I believe this is number 27 up at the plate. We don't have a name for him. We didn't get a lineup from the Rockets. We're relying on their game changer right now. So we're going to try and give you the best information we can, but right now we got to give him another name like 14. It's going to be number 27 is his name.
Number 27? Well, that's his jersey number, so
yes,
I don't think it's a problem.
And that's going to make it 2-0 on him. He's going to see 2 balls, 1 on the outside, 1 in the dirt. Not a position you want to be in again. This is just Bulldogs putting themselves in a hole right now trying to get ahead of this. They're going to try and fight out of this. Keep it tied. You got to keep it close. You got to get your big guys guns up in the next half inning and score some runs. That's going to make it 3-0. First base is still open, so a walk doesn't necessarily hurt here.
A walk doesn't necessarily hurt, but you much rather just get the out and just get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 because the thing is then you make the bases loaded. I don't know if the next hitter is, has a high average or what, but, now if that ball finds a hole, you just put more damage and more pressure on yourself.
In stereotypical baseball fashion, the hitter takes a 3-0 pitch, and that's going to make it 3-1. Trying to sneak a walk, it would seem like. Number 27 is in the game, and he's going to see another pitch. He's going to swing and put it in the gap out in right center. Van Epps is traveling back, drifting, and he's going to catch it on the run and strand the runners at second and third for the Bulldogs, and that's going to lead us into the bottom of the 5th inning with the game tied at 3.
Bang, bang, hustle play.
Big play by Van Epps out in center. He had to cover a lot of ground to get to that 375 sign out in right center and try and shut it down. And we'll be right back after this message with the game tied at 3 between the Toledo Rockets and the Adrian Bulldogs. And we're back. The Bulldogs and the Rockets are tied at 3 as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. They only got each team. Well, actually, the Rockets only have 2 more at bats. The Bulldogs have 3, and they only need 1 run to scratch it across to get a lead here. We got the top of the order coming up with Wilber Rosario for the Bulldogs against, I believe I was saying it was Sags who was pitching for the Toledo Bulldogs, or Saggers. My apologies for that. We're gonna see a big inning right here, right, Trey?
Huge inning, hopefully, because you got the top of your order. You still got the same pitcher out there. He's not the same pitcher as he was in the first inning. He's thrown a lot of more pitches. You've seen what he can do. He might be a little tired and a little gassed, but I think the Rockets are trying to save on pitchers right now. If Wilbur could just get it somewhere in the infield, deep in the infield, he can stretch it into a single.
Big swing from Wilbur, making it 1-1. And, we're talking about this is going to be the 3rd time through the lineup for Saggers. You see that with at the major league level, but even at the younger level, when you get to that 3rd time through the lineup, a lot of batters, a lot of pitchers get a little bit worse with their average given up because the batters have gotten to see him. He's going to bounce that one in front of the plate, making it 2-1.
That separates the men from the boys. If you're able to figure out what this pitcher can throw at this time, you're a good hitter because, every pitcher has a weakness, like I said.
Yes. Wilber Rosario is batting .321 on the year as he sees the 3rd ball of his at-bat, making it a 3-1 count. This is a big hitter's count. This can get some things going right here for Wilber as he can make some contact here. There's a big gap over in right center field as well as left center. We got a kind of decently big field here, 320 down both lines, 375 to the gaps, and 400 in center field here at Nicolay Field in Adrian College. He's going to swing at the first pitch, and he's going to hit it off the end of the bat to first base. He's going to try and beat it out.
Oh, he
Safe!
did.
He's going to slide into first base, and he's going to beat it out with a little bit of lackadaisical from the Toledo Rockets pitcher who's trying to get over there. And Wilber just ran that as hard as he could, exactly how you're supposed to do it, and he slides into first base and gets called safe.
See, that's why you got to hustle. The pitcher was just taking his time, trying to get to first base, and Wilber saw it. Wilber exploited it, and even though you should never slide into first, Wilber said, you know what, this is a big inning, and if we're going to capitalize, we need to capitalize now.
He said he had to get something going, and he did that just by sliding into first base to beat that out, and that's going to create a whole different situation. Instead of 1 out, we're going to have no outs with Jason Chadwick up to bat for the Bulldogs and a fast runner on first base. If you can get a single here and loop one in, it's a good chance that Wilber can get to 3rd or even possibly score.
Right you are. Wilber
Runner's going
is
to take
fast.
off. Put him a little bit closer as he slides into second base with another stolen base on the day and on the year for Wilber.
Wilber is fast, but in this case, you got to be a smart base runner because if you're not a smart base runner, they can throw you out very easily, no matter how fast you are.
Yes, and that makes I believe that's going to give him 7 stolen bases on the year, either 6 or 7. We got to wait for Game Changer to update for us to know if that's for sure. But currently at 5 before that stolen base, and that's going to be a bunt, and he's going to bunt it behind, making it 1-1 from Chadwick. He's got a good attempt to get a sacrifice down or even bunt for a base hit here and move Wilber over to 3rd and try and possibly be safe at 3rd, making it 1st and 3rd.
Prior to this game, Chadwick had 2 RBIs. Hopefully he can get another one right here.
That would be what you'd want to see because right now it's the tie game with a runner on 3rd. This is a big inning. It all goes back to Wilber beating out that first play. He's going to take off for 3rd, and it's going to be a foul ball again, making it 1-2 on Chadwick. Wilber had that base, I believe. If Jason had taken that, he's probably in.
You're correct because the third baseman did not move. I don't care if it's foul or not. You got to be moving at all times. Wilber is seeing that the third baseman is not fully paying attention. And also, that could be just a lack of communication on the Rockets' end. But you got to communicate, especially if there's a speedster on the base pass.
You are correct about that, Trey. Saggers is going to come to the set and throw in the next pitch, and it's going to be on the outside, making it 2-2. And Trey, what does Jason need to do here with a 2-2 count, nobody out? What's his job?
Your job, you do not need to hit a home run in this instance. All you need to do is just get on base, and Wilber can score easily on a single. Right now, he's being a smart hitter right now, taking balls and swing at his pitch right now, fouling them off if they're not, because they might be a little too close to take. But all Jason needs to do, you don't need to play hero ball. You just need to just get a base hit.
Apologize to those watching the stream. I forgot to update the scoreboard as we have a 2-man crew up here with camera, computer, and everything. That's on me. And that's going to be a swing and the miss on the 3-2 pitch to make it strike 3. Strike out, putting 1 out on the board with a runner on second base for Matt Mueller coming up. Like I said, apologies for the scoreboard. It is now updated. It is currently 3-3 between the Toledo Rockets and the Adrian Bulldogs.
Thing with Matt Mueller is that he also has speed too. He actually holds the record at his high school with 59 stolen
Wilbur's
bases
going
in
to
one
take off for
year.
third, and he's going to slide in, and the throw's going to be a little bit high, allowing Wilbur to slide under it and be safe. That's a stolen base for Wilbur, moving it. That's 2 stolen bases this inning for Wilbur, stealing second, and then stealing third. That's huge. 1 out. 1 out now for Mueller. All he's got to do is pop one up to the outfield, and that's going to score a run easily as long as Wilbur can tag up.
That is an understatement, my friend. Wilbur keeps exploiting the third baseman because the third baseman is not being prepared right now.
And the Rockets have to move in to bring the infield in to prevent the run, as we're in the same situation the Bulldogs were in. They got to cut it down. They got to keep this game tied as they want to win this game and win the rubber match and win the series. There's a lot on the line right now in the bottom of the 5th inning with a runner on third base and 1 out.
It's not an elimination game, but
It's going to swing, and it's going to bloop over the infield in and drop, and that's going to be an easy stand-up run RBI for Matt Mueller. He's going to give the Bulldogs the lead. He did that yesterday in the second game. He had the game-winning hit that gave the Bulldogs the run to win that game 5-4. And he's just clutch.
Well, listen, Matt Mueller was all-district in 2014 and all-state in 2015 for a reason, and he just proved it right there, coming up big in the clutch in the late innings.
He has been the senior voice for this team, as well as his mate behind him, batting for David Chavez. Mueller's going to take off for second base on the first pitch. It's going to be a strike on the throw, but Mueller's going to get a stolen base on that and move another man into scoring position for the Bulldogs. Chavez has a chance to extend the lead here and make it 5-3. And that's going to be tough to come back from with how the game has been going. It has been a low-running game, few hits in between. Everything's got to work. Chavez needs a big hit here for the Bulldogs, right, Trey?
He does, but hard, not impossible to come back from a low-scoring game. And Matt Mueller is doing his job right now. Originally coming from Britton Deerfield High School, he holds the record for stolen bases with 59.
It's good to see that speed translate to a senior year in college. And Chavez is going to take a ball high, making it 1-1 with 1 out. Chavez already has a double earlier this game to the gap, and it was a big hit at a big time, scored a run.
Hopefully he can come back up right here.
Foul ball almost smoked the coach over in first base, Jordan Ham, who was a former player here for the club baseball team, as well as the creator of the club baseball team. I don't think we give him enough credit for that, even though he was the one who brought Brent Greenwood in to coach this team and get everything going. And in that first year, won the national championship.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kibby. I didn't even know that. That's really nice to know.
Yes, he was the creator. He's the one who said, I want to have a team. I want to play here. And he created the club baseball team and got Coach Brent Greenwood to come in here and coach us all. And they've been here for 3 years now. Last year, the first year, 2018, my apologies, they were in Division 3 and they won the national championship, moving up to now where we are in Division 2. The Division 2 game's a little bit different, as we said earlier. We play 7 innings here, and we have to get it going because it's going to be a quick game. And usually we have a 3-game conference series with our conference mates. And the NCBA is the National Club Baseball Association. 2-2 on Chavez. He's going to swing and miss at a pitch right down the middle, and it's going to be 2 outs, and that's a tough play to make. So that's going to bring up the catcher, Ethan Kramer. With a runner on second base and only a 1-run lead, you want to cash this run in and get a base hit.
You do. You need insurance runs because, like I said, no lead is ever safe, and you don't know what Toledo is planning because you don't need a home run to tie this game. All you need is just some walks, singles, errors, and you're right back in it.
So it's going to be Valjean, and Mueller's going to take off for third again in this.
Showing those wheels.
Easy stolen base, not even a throw. He slid, but he didn't really need to. He was in there. So that's going to give Ethan an even better chance to score a run here with more probability of scoring a runner from third than from second. It's going to take just a blooper instead of a bigger hit to try and score him.
Let's see what the Liberty City, Ohio native can do at this at-bat right now.
Sayers is coming to the set. High leg kick. Throws it in. It's going to be in the dirt on the outside. Mueller thought about it, but the catcher smothered it and kept it in front, making it 2-0 on Kramer.
Now with Mueller's speed, there's a big hole behind the catcher. So any pass balls, Mueller could probably score easily if he's paying attention and prepared.
It is a deep backstop behind here. It is as well as padded instead of brick. So if it hits that pad, it usually deadens right on impact. So you got to get a hike to get back there. Ethan Kramer is going to take a high pitch and making it 3-0. And we'll probably see that same situation as every baseball player with a 3-0 take. So all Sayers has got to do here is just throw one over the plate and get back into this count.
I got to ask you, Kramer does have power, but how come it doesn't translate into a game? What is?
I think it's
What is
just
going
facing a
wrong?
lot of pitchers, facing a lot of different. He's going to see ball four, and that's what you want to see. That on base percentage is going to go up here with a big walk to make it first and third for the pitcher, Griffin Raynard.
No DH for him.
We're going to have time, and we're going to get a pitch runner with 2 outs in the NCBA Division II rulebook. You are allowed to pinch run for the catcher, and that's what's going to happen here. What was his last name, Trey? I forget.
His name is Wyatt Cosmaker.
Cosmaker. I wanted to make sure I got
from
that
Indianapolis.
correct. Yes, he is from Indianapolis, and his folks are usually really nice. I've gotten to say hi to them at a couple games back at Ferris. They came out and I said hi to them. So good to see him come into the game as a pitch runner. He's got some speed, and it's going to be a foul ball from Raynard back to the backstop, making it 0-1.
This is all you need, because now you got 2 guys. Even though Wyatt's not in scoring position, any hit to the hole right now in the outfield, Wyatt could possibly score very easily.
Just updated the scoreboard again. My apologies. I keep forgetting that I have to do that. Wyatt's going to come in, and it's going to be, I'm going to call that defensive indifference. I don't think they were going to throw that down even if it came to it, knowing Matt Mueller's speed over at third base. But they did make it look like they were ready to.
Hey, cat and mouse game, don't take the bait right now, because if he throws down there, even with Matt's speed, Matt can still possibly be out with a good throw from the second baseman.
Raynard's going to swing, and that's going to be a base hit through the gap. It's short and third. That should score 2. Wyatt's going to come around third.
He's hustling.
Going to be stand up 2 RBI single for the pitcher, Griffin Raynard. That's going to give the Bulldogs a 3-run lead going into the top of the 6th inning. They still got enough to play with here.
They still got enough to play with, but don't settle. Keep fighting. You want more. More is good. Less is not.
Yes, you have to keep fighting here. Keep extending this lead. You want to try and put the Rockets away. And for the Rockets, you got to make a play here. Got to get out of this inning and got to move on and get some runs back going. And you got 2 more at-bats left.
Obviously, the Rockets have faith in their pitcher, as they're not going to make a substitution for him. They believe he can get out of this inning right now.
Sagers is going to come to the side with a runner on first. He's going to pick off over to first base, and Griffin's going to get right back to the bag really quick and easy.
Griffin is really doing it all. He's pitching a pretty good game, and he's also helping his cause right now by having a couple RBIs of the day.
He is vouching for those who say pitchers who rake. He has been raking today, getting on base, proving he doesn't need a DH. He can hit for himself.
It'd be cool if maybe he can hit it over the fence.
Yes, that would be nice. Van Epps is going to see the first pitch of the at-bat, and that's going to be a ball high.
Jeremy's had a rough going at it coming into this series. In this series, he's 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts. Looking for some redemption right now. A base hit can do wonders for your confidence.
He's going to swing at a pitch, and that's going to make it 1-1. I wanted to point this out earlier. We know we started a little bit late, but the Bulldogs have scored in every single inning except for the second. That's huge in a game like this, in a rubber match, to get the series win. You want to be scoring in every inning. You want to do stuff like that. That ball's going to bounce in front of the plate and be a ball 2.
Right you are, kid, because if you remember correctly, in Game 1, they scored six runs in just 1 inning. In 1 inning, and then it was zeros for the rest of the way. And what did the Rockets do? Every inning,
back, yes.
They chipped away. They chipped away. They chipped away, and they chipped away. That's what you got to do. You just got to keep scoring a little bit by little, and the score will add up for you. Watch your body now.
Count's going to move to 3-1 on Van Epps, who's going to try and get on base here with either a base hit or a walk.
Right now, Eric Stevenson, the shortstop, is on deck.
No hits today for Van Epps. He's going to try and change that on this pitch from Sagers. He's going to swing and miss, and Griffin's going to take it, and stolen baseman's going to get through, and he thought about it, but he stays there as the second baseman came in and knocked it down. So it's going to be 3-2 with 2 outs. Do we see the runner move here?
Do you see the runner move here? Well, it has to be in the right ideal. So if it's past the catcher, absolutely, by all means, go to third. But if it's in front of the catcher, don't. The cardinal rule in baseball is do not make the last out at third. So especially, there's no need to. You've already gotten a few runs. There's no need to sacrifice yourself for an out.
Pitch is going to come in. It's going to be a little blooper over to the second baseman. He's going to catch it nice and easy, and that's going to end this inning. The Bulldogs do score 3 runs on a couple of hits, and that's going to make it 6-3 as we head into the top of the 6th inning with Griffin Raynard still on the mound coming back out. We'll be right back after this half-inning break. Welcome back to Adrian College TV. The host for today, giving you this live stream event and showing you some of the sports that are going on around campus as we have club baseball going on today, as well as some other events. I believe there's going to be a soccer game going on today, and maybe even a hockey game. I'll have to check that and get back to you guys, let you guys know what to catch up with on ACTV. First pitch of the inning is going to go, and it's going to be right under the glove of Eric Stevenson, the shortstop. That's going to be marked as an error as it went right under on a slow roller through the middle. That's a tough play.
That is a tough play. That's Eric's second error of the game. Usually he makes those with ease, but unfortunately,
That can be a bread and butter type of play. And, after you have a 3-run inning to get the lead and break the tie, that's always tough to have the first one, an easy ground ball come back at you, and you kick it around a little bit.
You can't hold your head. You just got to redeem yourself at the next play.
That is true. And the second pitch of the inning is going to be swung at as well, and that's going to be right out in the triangle out in center field, making it hard to get a play on that. And they're going to try and get the guy at second who had to kind of wait up because it was right in that what we call the triangle. When three players are converging on it, it dropped right in the middle of him. It was just a well-placed hit. I don't know if he was trying to do that, but it worked out for the Rockets here, and that's going to give them 2 runners on 2 pitches this inning with no outs.
Kip, let me tell you something. As an outfielder, that is one of the toughest plays you can make because you got an infielder going back. You got another one of your fellow outfielders coming in. You don't know who really has the best angle of it. But I just want to say, whether it was middle school, high school, travel, whatever I played, that was always the toughest play to make. And that was always the play all my team struggled with.
That is a very tough play as it's hit right in between everyone, right in the gap. And it's a short little play. It's hard for the second baseman to get to it with his back to the field, and that's going to be a ball outside from Griffin.
And as a center fielder, right fielder, or left fielder, or whatever, you don't know who has the best angle of it because usually the center fielder is the fastest one, but usually the left and right fielder are closer to it.
That is correct, and you hope that this come back from it with the runners on first and second. He's going to get a strike on the outside corner to make it 1-1 to the batter, number 14 for Toledo. They have a chance here. They have a chance to get back into this game and chip away at the lead. They have 3 runs to get. They got 2 more at-bats to go with the 6th inning happening and the 7th inning being the last inning. They're going to try and chip away right here and get a lead. Swing and a miss from number 14, and it was a bad swing on the outside of the other batter's box.
He fooled him with that off speed right now. Out in front, he was expecting a fastball, and Griffin said, you know what, I'm just going to throw you off speed and see what happens. I'm going to try to get you either swing or hit it on the ground.
On the outside, he's going to get a tough one. That's going to be called outside, making it 2-2. And Ethan's going to look back and ask him a quick question, ask the blue, see where that was at.
University of Toledo is a public research university, obviously located in Toledo, Ohio, founded in 1872 for any of our viewers watching.
As a foul ball straight back to the screen over in the parking lot behind us where the practice fields for Adrian College are, as well as where 223 is. A great road to travel in on if you ever want to come into Adrian. Come down Main Street, come on 223, come through the whole business district.
Come on down, ease onto the yellow brick road to Adrian.
Yes, that is what we like to know. Got a beautiful town back here, and we're going to have a see what we got going on here. 2-2 with no outs for number 14. He's going to see the pitch, and that's going to be strike 3, looking a big strikeout to give the Bulldogs an out.
Now
that's
they're going
to play a tough one for the for the Toledo Rockets.
Now they're going to play double play depth, and hopefully they can trade 1 swing in for 2 outs.
They would need it here. That would be good for the Bulldogs to get out of this inning. But on the other hand, the Rockets are going to try and get a base hit here and at least move the runners up a base and maybe even score a run here and try and stay in this.
It's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible.
That's going to be off the batter's foot, making it 0-1.
Those
in
hurt.
The backs.
Those really, really hurt.
I can attest to that. Those are very tough to get to. And we've got Ethan looking up at us, giving us a little wave. He knows those are tough. He's thinking about it.
Shout out to Big Country out there. You're doing great right now.
That's the bonus of having a student-run production up here. We know a lot of the players as we are currently members of the team here. This is Adrian College TV, where we are talking about the Adrian Club baseball team. Me, Matt Kibbe, and Trey Matthews are up here today giving you the call in a 6-3 game between the Adrian Bulldogs and the University of Toledo Rockets.
Normally players, but we'd rather call the game for right now.
Yesterday, the Bulldogs football team had a big victory against Alma.
It was a huge victory. It was a little closer to their liking, but, you know, they squeezed one out, and that was huge. And they're actually on a little roll right now.
They are. I believe that. I think they lost last week to Olivet, but get back in the win column as we get a swing and a miss from the batter, number 10 for Toledo, making the count 1-2 with 1 out.
Doing way better than they were last year. And as for Adrian College club team, right now, they're just trying to get out of this pickle right now.
Number 10, Cahoon for Toledo is going to swing and rolling over to third, and it's going to be a tough play for Wilbur. He's going to try and go over to first, and with the tall first baseman, David Chavez, he's going to get the out on a big stretch, making it 2 outs. But that is advancing the runners into scoring position at second and third, and the Rockets, even though they sacrificed an out there, they have a chance here with a base hit.
They
They'll
do
score
have
two.
they do have a chance. Like, each team has a chance now. Adrian has a chance just to get one out and get out of this inning. But the Rockets say, hey, if we get one hit, we get 2 runs in.
The batter for the Rockets is Warts. He's currently batting 143 on the year, so Bulldogs are going to try and exploit that and get out of this inning nice and easy as Reynard throws a ball, making it 1-0.
Reynard doing his best right now. I'm sure his pitch count is going up, but he's like, I can toughen through this.
It's going to be a ground ball over to third base, and Wilbur's going to throw it, and he's going to get the throw a little wide, but they're going to get it on the tag from Chavez, and that's a huge out for the Bulldogs as it keeps the score at 6-3 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. They're going to try and expand on this.
Heads up play by Chavez right there.
Very heads up to tag the runner. We'll be right back after this half-inning break. This is Adrian College TV. Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the beautiful campus of Adrian College. The Rockets have a new pitcher in. Number 4, Hazard, has entered the game. Currently has 2 innings pitched on the year according to Game Changer, and he has a .000 ERA. So Bulldogs are going to have to fight through this to get some runs off and extend the lead from 6-6 and give them a bigger lead.
Here comes Easy E right now.
Up to bat now is number 2, Eric Stevenson. He's going to see the first pitch on the outside, and it's going to be called a ball.
So the Rocket strategy right now is they're going to put in one of their best relief pitchers just to make sure that Adrian College does not score any more runs.
At this point, it's a Sunday. You're going to have a whole week of rest before your next game, at least until most NCBA games are played Thursday through Sunday. So you got a lot of chance to bring in one of your best pitchers according to the stats and just try and shut it down and keep it where it's at. They're going to have one at bat. They need to stop it here. This is the chance for the Bulldogs to extend it, but the Rockets here need a stop and need to stop every run from scoring and keep it at a 3-run game.
Well, they're not doing themselves any favors by walking the leadoff hitter, especially when Eric has some speed as well.
4 straight pitches is going to make it No outs with a runner on first base for the 9-hole hitter, Hunter Hazel.
Hunter, another scrappy player that I like because he can pretty much do – he could do a little bit of everything if you ask him. See if he can get a hit right
The
here.
first pitch, he's going to swing after 4 straight balls. He's going to fly it out to center field right at him. That's going to be an easy can of corn play to make it 1 out with a runner still on first base, bringing up the top of the order, Wilbur Rosario, number 8, to the plate.
The Dominican Republic native right here. Let's see what he can do because you got Eric who has speed. You got Wilbur who's faster than Eric, but, also has speed. So let's see what they can do.
Was swinging at the first pitch and a big hefty swing, making it 0-1. Wilbur's currently 1 for 2 today with a hit as well as a base on balls. And you like to see something along those lines, get on base, extend the lead as we've been talking about. That's a big thing for the Bulldogs right now, and that's going to be really wide and get past the catcher and easily move Eric Stevenson up to second base on the pass ball.
Faked and going to third, but he's smarter than that. Don't worry, people. As for Wilbur, he takes too many big hacks. He's trying to hit the ball out to the apartments out there, in my opinion. He just needs to, hey, you don't need a home run right here. Just get on base. That's all you need to do.
Another big swing trying to not necessarily crush it, but just make contact, and he's going to fall behind 1-2 now. He's going to have to protect here and get a base hit through the gap. If you look between first and second baseman, there's a big hole right there, and it's a good spot to aim for. See a ball high, making it 2-2. Catcher had to jump, and he's going to have to call time, possibly a cross up there, not knowing what they want to call just to make sure. Maybe changing up the signs with a runner on second base.
Or just trying to sell the pitcher down because he's throwing more balls and strikes. And even though he has 1 out, he's not doing himself any favors because he walked the leadoff guy. The Hunter also had a good piece of it. Unfortunately, just found the center fielder. And right now, Wilbur is a little behind in the count, but it's not pretty right now.
With the 2-2 pitch coming in from Hazard, it's going to be on the outside, making it 3-2.
Because you got the heart of the order approaching because right now this is top. And if Wilbur gets on base, then you got to face the 3 and 4 hitters possibly.
And the 3-2 is going to come in and almost hit him. I don't think it did, but that's going to be ball 4 anyway and push him over to first base, putting runners on first and second for the 2-hole hitter, Jason Chadwick, number 22.
Your former Trenton High School classmate right here, Kibby.
Yes, I would love to see something big come out of him. He doesn't have it hit on the day. He's 0 for 3 right now. He's due for one, I would say.
Make him 3-11 for the entire series.
And I see ball 1 on the inside corner. Coming in the left-handed batter's box. Jason is the left-hander. He's going to follow up with another left-hander, or actually a right-hander and then another left-hander. It was nice to see because last year I believe we only had one, and that's going to be a high fly ball out to left field. It's in the sun. Left fielder's going to hover under it and get a catch, and that's going to be the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning, my correction.
Now here comes Matt Mueller. I want to tell you an interesting fact about him, Kibby. So I just mentioned a few innings ago that Mueller was all-district for baseball in 2014 and was all-state for baseball in 2015. Did you know he was also all-league for football in 2015?
That would not shock me with his speed and his size. He looks like a football player playing baseball right now. He's going to see ball 1 a little bit high. And my apologies, Mueller has 2 hits on the day, 2 RBIs as well. He's going 2 for 3. He also scored a run. Big proponent of this Adrian Bulldog team.
Batting 500 in the series is key. That's really impressive.
Sees a ball on the outside corner.
And even when Mueller gets out, he's hitting him on a line to someone. And like I said, sometimes the line drives find gloves and sometimes the dribblers find holes.
See another one, and Hazard right now is looking a little wild. He's going to try to reel it back in with a 3-0 count.
You got the cleanup hitter, the big fella, Chavez, on deck.
It'd be nice to see him come up to the plate. And he will, with the bases loaded on a 4-pitch walk to Mueller. It's going to bring up number 34, David Chavez.
Quick question. Didn't you say that this pitcher's ERA was 0.00?
It was. Coming into this game, he had pitched 2 innings with giving up no runs. So you're going to see that and trying to change that for the Bulldogs are. But for this pitcher, he's going to try and get out of this. He's got 2 outs. He's got a chance to get out of this, leaving the bases stranded.
Got a chance, but that's in jeopardy right now.
Going to call a strike in the upper part of the zone. It's going to be 0-1 to Chavez. The Rockets are trailing by 3 runs, so they really do need to get out of this inning without any runs given up. Chavez is going to swing and foul it off his leg, and that's going to make it 0-2. Now that both the Rockets Hazard's got a real good chance to get out of this inning. The probability of getting out of an inning with an 0-2 count, very high.
But Chavez is up the bat, so don't sleep on him because he'll take a big hack either or. And that left fielder knows it. He's playing a little deep and shifted.
Center fielder shifted over. Wind up from the motion coming in, and it's going to be coming in. Gets by the pitcher. He's going to slide in, and he's going to slide in safely to give the Bulldogs another run and make it 7-3. My apologies.
He was hesitant on that one, but Chavez was saying, "Come on, E, come on, you can make it, you can make it." Easy slides in, and he just eases his way to scoring another run.
That's going to move everyone else up a base. So we got second and third now with 2 outs for Chavez with a 1-2 count. He's going to see a ball high and take it. That's going to make it 2-2. The right fielder back there is basically playing a couple steps from the wall with the center fielder shifted over that way as well. And the left fielder is actually playing close to the line. So there's a big gap in the left center field. And then he's going to call an outside pitch. And that was a little far out, but the umpire saw it and calls it strike 3, giving the Bulldogs a third out for the inning, making it 7-3. I'm going to try and shut this down and win this game right here in the top of the 7th. And we'll be right back after this half-inning break on Adrian College TV. Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. We're heading into the top of the 7th inning with the Bulldogs leading 7-3, and Reynard is still on the mound with no signs of life in the bullpen. Brent Greenwood's going to rely on him to get out of this game with a complete game.
I think Greenwood trusts his pitcher right now because, if you know, Greenwood actually pitched for Adrian College, graduated in 2014, and actually was all conference.
We're at the top of the lineup for the Rockets, exactly what they want to try and chase this 7-3 deficit that they got to come back from. First pitch is going to come in and be a ball high. We've seen a good game today. 7-3 is the score, with the Bulldogs scoring in every single inning except for the second, and the Rockets scoring sporadically throughout to score their 3 runs. And that's going to be ball 2 from Reynard, and it's making it 2-0. Nobody out for the Rockets as we started this inning. First 2 pitches come in, and they're going to try and just get on base. I guess your goal as the Rockets right now is to just put the ball in play and do what you can. That's going to be could do it, and Mueller's going to come in on the run and just take away that blooper from him, and that's going to give the 1 out to the Bulldogs.
That looked like it was going to be a bloop single, but Mueller, using his speed, just made a basket catch, and right now the Rockets are down to their final 2 outs.
It was a huge play by Matt Mueller to come in. He's playing a little bit shallower than he normally does, which I think had an effect on that play, because if he was back where he normally was, I think that drops.
Well, right now the Rockets aren't hitting anything over his head. So
first pitch from Ray right off the knee, and that's a tough play, and it's gonna allow the runner to get on. Right now, I have to call time, and Raynard's down. It hit him square in the knee, and some of the athletic training students on the team are coming out to see him. It was right directly in the knee, and that's a tough sight to see as he's down, and everyone's coming out to make sure he's all right.
That's not a place you want to get hit in.
No, it got him square in the knee. It was right back off him, and it spurted right over to the fence on the third base side. We're going to have to look at this. Bryce, one of the athletic training students, and he was just finishing up his clinicals yesterday, so it was very good for him to be here and kind of help out. He's going to take a look at it for him.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. I think he's just a little shaken up from his knee, but I'm not a doctor, so hopefully he's going to be okay.
They're going to try and stretch it out as best they can and just figure this out. It was square off the knee, but that does put the runner on first base, and we can't forget that there's still a game going on here.
No, there is a game going on, but hopefully Griffin can. Well, looks like he's getting up right now,
Getting
but
a little help from everyone. And
he's
he's
limping
going
a
to be
little
done
bit.
for the day with that being directly in his knee, and the fans giving him a good hand. He pitched his heart out today to keep the Bulldogs in this game, and that's always a tough one to be at.
So looks like right now Jack Plumley is getting loose.
I believe, actually, it's going to be Chavez who's going to come into the game, and Isaac's going to go and play at first base. Isaac, I believe it's Davis.
I stand corrected. That is my fault.
And that is what's going to happen, it looks like. Isaac Davis is going to go over to first base. Number 15 is going to replace Chavez, and Chavez is going to come to the mound to get this game ended. Still 2 outs to play with for the Toledo Rockets with a runner on first base, so we're going to see what's going on. And hopefully Griffin Raynard is okay after that big hit came right back to him.
It's definitely something to be concerned about because the knee is nothing to play with. Coming from someone who's torn his meniscus, if you're having knee problems, you really got to get it checked out because something so simple can turn into something so serious so quick. So if I'm Griffin, I don't want to take any chances. Get that checked out quickly, see what's going on. I know it hurts. I know it stings. I know it may feel tingly right now because you got hit.
Yeah.
Essentially your funny bone.
Definitely.
Because front part of your knee, you get hit there. It could be a baseball, a bat, whatever. It's not a good place to get hit in. So right now Chavez is coming in to get loose.
Looking in the dugout, it looks like everyone's around Griffin right now, making sure he's all right. And I know Bryce went into the athletic training room to get some ice for him, so they're going to try and attend to that as quickly as they can. As Chavez is going to get as much time as he needs to warm up right now. We're going to be right back after he warms up and take a quick break from this and let everyone kind of catch up and figure out what's going on. We'll be right back to tell you guys what's up. This is Adrian College TV. Welcome back to Nicolay Field. After that gruesome play to back to the pitcher, changes everything up, and Chavez is going to have to come in to pitch with Isaac Davis going over to play first base. Trey, can you give some news on David Chavez, the pitcher now?
David Chavez is a tall dude, standing 6'5", a Trenton, Michigan native from Trenton High School. He has pitched in 2 games, is 0-1, has a 1.05 ERA, has given up 1 earned run, has 10 strikeouts, 6 walks, and has pitched 6 1/3 innings.
He's going to throw the first pitch on the inside for a ball, and it's going to be 1-0 to the batter.
You have any news on Griffin, kid?
I have not seen anything. I know they went to get some ice for him, and we're going to hopefully hope for the best for him. And that pitch is going to come in low and be 2-0 on the batter, number 6.
It's one way to come back from vacation
McDonald.
if you're Griffin. No, but
First strike of the at-bat, making it 2-1 on McDonald. With the runner at first base, the Bulldogs are going to try and get out of this to get a double play and end the game. But the Rockets right now are going to try and scratch back and get a couple of runs and keep this game alive as a swing and a miss from McDonald makes it 2-2.
if you're in Chavez, you're in the driver's seat now because this guy has not caught up to anything. Even though you're in a 2-2 count, they're down to their final 2 outs.
Come in with the pitch, and he's going to swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 to make it 2 outs for the Bulldogs with 1 out to get to end this game and get a victory and win the series 2-1. There's a lot on the line here. The Rockets are still going to try and battle as hard as they can to get ahead of this, with number 27 coming up to the plate.
Still don't have a name on him?
Arnold. I just found it on the game changer. He's currently batting this season. He's batting .308. So this game is not over yet.
No, it's not over because a lot can happen with 2 outs. But if you're the Bulldogs, you're feeling pretty confident, but don't let that confidence turn to cockiness.
That's going to go over. It's a diving play from Ian. He's going to get the out, and that's going to end this game.
Bang. That is what I call redemption right there. He had 2 errors on the game. fantastic play to end it right there, Kibby.
What a play to get the out, and we're going to take a quick break and then come back with some of our final thoughts. But the Bulldogs today win the game 7-3 against the Toledo Rockets on 7 hits with 4 errors. The Rockets had 3 runs on 7 hits with 2 errors, and we'll be right back for some final thoughts on today as the teams are shaking hands after a great series. The Bulldogs win the series, and we'll be right back on Adrian College TV. Welcome back to Adrian College TV as we just watched the Bulldogs take a Game 3 victory to win the series 2-1, 7-3 against the Toledo Rockets. And Trey, do you have any final thoughts for the day?
Well, it was nice to win the season series. Obviously, you would have wanted to swept like you did last year, but that obviously didn't happen. But this is huge for the Bulldogs because against Ferris, they won the season series 2-1, and now they've won 2-1. So even though you're not in the maybe most ideal situation, you're not on the outside looking in. Because last year against Toledo, they swept the season series and outscored them 30-9. Obviously, this year it was a lot closer, sometimes closer than you should have. Maybe should have won game 1, but, that's baseball. That happens. But if you're the Bulldogs, you're satisfied where you're at. But, at the same time, you would much rather be in a better situation, especially when you have to play Grand Valley and Ohio State, 2 tough opponents who won't lay down easily. But if you're the Bulldogs, you're pretty satisfied going into spring where you're at right now.
That is going to close out conference play for the Bulldogs in this fall as part of the season with 2 series left, one against Bowling Green next weekend, and then following that we go to Cleveland State on November 1st. This was a good, well-played game. Bulldogs win it 7-3. They had 7 hits on the day, and a big contributor from the game is Matt Mueller. I'd consider him the player of the game today.
He gets the game ball.
I would give him the game ball. He played a very great game, and a great game from the pitcher, Griffin Raynard, who couldn't finish it out with a pitch coming back at his knee, and I'm looking at him right now, and he's got some wraps around it, got some ice on it. We're going to hope for the best for him, and hopefully he's okay and ready to go next weekend as the Bulldogs travel to Bowling Green. It was a great series. I'd be proud of it. It was a 2-1 series. Bulldogs take the victory in the series, and that's going to be big for conference play. You got to think about that. The conference is what matters.
It is huge for conference thing, but you're not in the driver's seat. That's what you got to worry about. Yeah, you've proven that you're a tough team to beat, but I wouldn't call them favorites. I say they're contenders, but they're not favorites.
I would agree with you, and that's a tough one for Toledo as we look at theirs. Look at what they have to do. That's going to put them behind the 8-ball in conference play. Going 1-2 in the series, and Ferris as well. They're also 1-2, so that's favorable for the Adrian College Bulldogs. That moves their record to 6-9 on the year after this 7-3 victory. We thank you for tuning in to Adrian College TV. I'm Matt Kibbe along with Trey Matthews. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great day and enjoy some Sunday football as the Lions are tied 21-21 at the half. Have a great day, Bulldogs, and always remember, it's a great day to be a Bulldog.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for watching ACTV, brought to you by Carlton Lodge. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye.